Hello everyone. Today I am solving this problem maximize function. In this problem I am given an array of integers and I need to choose three indices x, y and z such that these indices are distinct, and the values that I am going to get by subtracting the values which are there or the elements which are there at those indices must be maximized. That is, the value of this equation needs to be maximized. And to do this, we can start by actually solving this problem in parts, and we can assume that z is always greater than y, which is always greater than x. The reason is very simple, that it does not matter whether what names I give to each of the elements. Suppose that I choose this, this and this, these three elements. Now it is always possible for me to name this as x, this one as y and this one as x. So this condition always holds true and it is always possible to do. We can actually intuitively understand one thing, that if I really want to maximize this part, that is az minus ax, then I need to choose maximum integer in the array for z and minimum integer in array for x. And to do this, I can start by actually sorting the given array, and therefore I'll have 1, 3, 5, 8. Now I know that if I choose this as index z and this as index x, this part of the equation is already maximized because I have chosen the maximum and minimum integer, so their difference is always going to be maximum, which is currently 8 minus 1, which is equal to 7. Now all I am required to do is to choose an index y, which is definitely one of these possible indices, such that the value of this function is maximized. And therefore let us try to find out what we are going to do with this y. So as this part and this part is written in the mod, therefore it is always fair to write ay minus ax and az minus ay. Now as I have already sorted the given array, and I have also stated this, that z is greater than y, which is greater than x, it is always plausible to assume that ay is always greater than ax and az is always greater than ay. Therefore, rather than writing mod here, I can simply write this equation as ay minus ax plus az minus ay. And if I do so, then ay cancels out and all I am left with is az minus ax plus this part, which can also be written without mod because always az is going to be greater than ax. So plus az minus ax, which is simply equals to 2 times writing az minus ax. So this is how all we are required to do is to find the maximum element in the array, the minimum element in the array, and then multiply that value by 2, and that will be my answer. So in this case 8 minus 1 7 multiplied by 2, which is equal to 14. So 14 is the answer for this array. Now this was a little mathematical, but let us try to understand this thing intuitively as we did for this part of the equation. Let us try to imagine a building and it has some floors, and to get the maximum possible height, what we are doing for this part is actually choosing the top floor and the ground floor, which is very logical. So we have this difference or this height as this part of the equation. Now we are required to find a floor from 2 to 5 such that the value of the difference of that top floor minus the chosen floor plus the value of that particular chosen floor minus the ground floor is maximized. Now it does not matter whether what floor you choose for this. Suppose that you chose this floor. Then the difference between these values is simply the difference in their heights of these floors, and the difference from this floor, that is from chosen floor to the ground floor, is always going to be this. Suppose rather than choosing this as the floor y, you chose third floor as the floor y. So if this is the yth floor, then this height and this height, although these heights are different, that is the difference in chosen height to ground floor and chosen to the top floor, definitely these things are not equal. But as we can see that their sum is always equal, that is this is actually equal to this height. So therefore it actually does not matter whether which floor you choose as the middle floor or the floor Y, because when you subtract or use these values, when you plug the chosen values in this part of the equation is only giving us the height of that particular building. So similarly is the case for our array, and therefore I can say that it does not matter whether which floor or which y you choose among all the plausible indices. So in order to solve this problem, all we are required to do is to either sort the array. If we sort the array, in that case the time complexity for the solution is going to be n log n, where n is the length of the array. And if you don't this, that is if you don't sort the array, then only one path is required to find the minimum and maximum integer, and therefore time complexity will be of order of n. So definitely this method is faster, but you can choose any, because in the problem it is stated that the length of the array is 10 raised to the power 5 or whatever it is within the bound such that the array can be sorted. Okay, so now it's time to code the solution, and first thing we are given is the number of test cases, and this is the boilerplate for that part of the problem. And now I need to take input n, that is the number of integers that are present in the given array. So that is int n. I'll take it, and then I need to input n integers. Let us call this temp, and as I told you that answer is 2 multiplied by the difference between the maximum and minimum value. So let us initially assume that minimum value, that is in min_val, is maximum possible value and max_val is minimum possible value, that is int min. Now during each iteration I can simply set max_val to be equal to maximum of max_val comma temp and min_val to be equal to minimum of min_val comma temp. And finally I'm going to print the answer, but as the values given in the constraints are very big, that is the mod of the value is 10 raised to the power 9, it is much better to actually convert the answer to long, so that way I am sure that the answer or the value is not going to overflow. And that's it. Now let us try to submit the solution. Correct answer. So yes, that's how you can solve this problem, and I hope you like the video. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.